to. Yeah.
Okay.
I might go move back to my. Have you pressed my alarm?
Do you want me to pause, HJ?
Yeah, sorry. I'm just gonna go on.
No, that's fine. Good. Okay, so we'll just whiz through the questions that you've got.
Yes.
And then we'll go live into LinkedIn.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's a bit overwhelming, LinkedIn. So I kind of pasted your question down,
Thank
which
you.
was,
Yeah,
help, I've got 2 LinkedIn accounts. What should I do?
Yeah.
But actually, when I checked, you've actually got 3.
Well, so I've got 2 for my business and then
1 for you.
one for
Okay.
myself.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this is your LinkedIn profile.
Yeah.
And what I think, I'll come on to what I think you need to do in a minute. But yeah, so the idea
I know.
So the idea with LinkedIn is that you have a personal profile, which is you. And then you make those personal connections with people that you know, people that you've worked with, maybe people that you're targeting.
Yeah.
Okay. So then then linked with your personal profile is this one, which is your Chopsticks Club.
Yeah.
And that's absolutely fine. So those 2 are great. Okay. Then I'll come back in a minute, but then we go on to your 3rd one, which is where you've set up the Chopsticks Club, which is your business as a person on LinkedIn.
Yes.
So actually,
that was our mistake. That was the one we did first.
Right. So this one needs to go.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. But before that one goes, what I would suggest you do is make sure that all of your 500 plus connections are your personal connections, so that you're still connected with all of those people, so that when you delete this account, you won't lose any of those connections. And if you want to, you could create a kind of LinkedIn message.
Yes.
You could either post, like blanket post out, or you could send to individual people on LinkedIn Messenger to say, really, keen to keep the connection alive, focusing on LinkedIn at the moment. So I'm connecting with you as my personal LinkedIn account. I'd love you to follow the Chopsticks Club and give them the link to your page.
Okay, so to send that message out from my personal account. Okay, great.
And then maybe once you've done that, then I would then go in and delete this one, because obviously this is the one that's going to be confusing.
Totally.
And it kind of doesn't fit with the LinkedIn model of you being a person connected to an organization.
It totally makes sense.
That makes sense. Okay, right. Then your second question, was about how you can promote your event on LinkedIn. So this is your event. Okay, so it's at the moment, I'm assuming it's on LinkedIn as an event, and it's also on your website.
Correct. And I've also posted it on Twitter and on Facebook.
Okay. So and that's great. Okay, so I've come up with some ideas that I think you can use if we're focusing on LinkedIn. That you can use LinkedIn for to promote your event. Okay, so we've got a couple of weeks, have we, until your event?
Just about. Yes.
Okay. So what I would do again. If you're going to be focusing on LinkedIn, use LinkedIn Messenger to send people the link either to your website or to the LinkedIn event, and personally invite them to come and tell them why they should, why it will benefit them. how long is it? Is it an hour or a couple of hours?
An hour and a half.
Hour and a half. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's really important for you to ring fence this 90 minutes in your diary, because you will get X, Y, and Z out of it, and make it really clear why people should do that. Okay. Then I would create various different social media posts that are then counting down. So we've got 10 days to go, 9 days to go, eight days to go. And then maybe each day feature one of those benefits that, you're going to miss out on X if you don't book onto this event, and make it quite specific.
Yes.
I would also write an article on LinkedIn rather than a post. Well, you can do both, but articles are much more kind of long form, more like a blog post writing. And I think that because they're indexed by Google, you're going to get a lot more traction with doing a longer form article.
Okay. And how many words do you think one of those should be? I mean, I've done a few.
I mean, you probably don't need to write more than, you can make it short, like 300 words, and then have lots of images in it. People's attention span is really, really short. And I think you're better off, say you picked out 8 benefits of coming to your event. I'd write the article, 8 good reasons why you need to ring fence the time or whatever, and then have your 8 points and write a couple of sentences about each, and maybe have a photo for each of those eight points. And just keep it, you don't have to think, oh, I need to write reams and reams. I would just keep it short and snappy. But then once you've got your 8 points, then you can turn those into your individual social media posts.
Yes. Great.
Do you use Canva?
No.
Right. So Canva is the most fabulous thing. It's a free website. You sign up at canva.com. It's an Australian company. They will push you to do a paid version, but you don't need a paid version. You only need the free version. And you can go in and create, for example, a LinkedIn banner. And I would create, and there's lots of templates, but you can upload your own photo. So if, for example, the image that you've got on your event, you can upload that into Canva, create your Facebook banner, and then I would have that on your personal LinkedIn page and on your Chopsticks LinkedIn page. So you've got that consistency, so that if we just go back. So here, where you've got that blue screen,
which just shows I haven't been very creative or imaginative there.
that's the default LinkedIn.
It's a breeding ground. It's ready for a makeover.
This is
my time.
This is like your billboard to really publish and promote and publicize your event that you're pushing.
So that can go on that blue bit there.
On that blue bit there. And if you go to canva.com and you search on create LinkedIn banner, it will be the right size. The only thing that I would say is just be aware that obviously on the desktop version, which this was taken from, your photo is on the left-hand side. And if you go to a mobile, it puts your photo in the middle. So I would make sure that so you can put your image on the banner, but maybe have any writing or text in the top half. So then that's not obscured by wherever LinkedIn decide to put your profile photo. But you can always faff with it. Once it's there, you can jiggle it about a bit. Okay, what are my other ideas? I'm going to show you how you can use search on LinkedIn to find people that you're not connected with now, but you might want to connect with, that might be your target audience for this event. And then you've got 2 high-profile speakers. And I think it's fair enough to send them an email and say, hey, I'm really using LinkedIn to promote the event that we're running.
Hey, that bit I've already done, but okay. Yeah, because definitely you're right. They've got some good networks.
Yeah, and then they can then send things out and direct people to your article, and it just kind of creates a bit of a buzz and a bit of excitement around it. So let me stop sharing my screen with you there, and then I'm just going to share my LinkedIn with you. Okay, so can you see that?
I can still see mine.
Yeah, that's right. So we're now live on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Okay, so in the search bar here, you might type in whoever you're looking for. Okay, but what if you don't actually know the name of the person that you're looking for? If you go to the magnifying glass here, and we want to go to all filters. Okay, so the first degree connections are the people that you're already connected with. So you've already got 500 plus of those. So we don't really need to search for those. What we want to search for is second degree connections. So those are people that your connections are connected to, but you're not connected to. Does that make sense? Okay. So you might know what organization they work for, you might know what language they speak, which university they went to, but you might be looking for a particular job title. Okay, so I don't know who would you say your target audience is for your event?
Well, obviously people in the travel and hospitality sectors, but also businesses that are engaging with China, doing business with China.
Okay.
And how that's going to impact on growth.
Okay, so maybe in services, let me just type in travel and see if we get travel and tourism. No. So you might have done some research and know which particular organizations that they work for, but let me show you in kind of principle how it works. So say if it was me and I was looking for small business owners or whatever, I could put in there that the title might be managing director. And I can say that I want them to be in Worcestershire. Okay, and then we can apply those filters, and then oh wow, I've got 29,000 people, too many, so I need to kind of filter that down. But you can see then that you've then got a list of people who you could target. So say I wanted to talk to Jonathan Bourne, who's the managing director at Barbertown. I can see who he's connected with. So I could, for example, then say I could send a message to Celine and say, hey Celine, I'm looking to use LinkedIn to broaden out my connections. I'm looking to connect with managing directors of Worcestershire businesses. Would you be able to introduce me to Jonathan Bourne? And he might say, she might say, oh, Jonathan's not doing that now, or oh, actually, if you're looking for that, then this person would be a better connection. So it's using your, just as you would in a live networking situation, you'd say to me, oh, hey Esther, Susan Berth, for example, would you introduce me to Susan Berth? And I'd go, oh yeah, of course, Susan, this is HJ, this is Susan. So it's you're doing exactly the same thing that you were doing on a face-to-face networking, but you're doing it on LinkedIn. And I think, because there are lots of people selling stuff on LinkedIn, and I get approached by loads of people every day that want to connect with me, I'm much more likely to connect through a third party that I know, like, and trust. And I would just getting a random invitation from you if I don't know who you are. And especially if you're focusing on people that you want to come to your event, what you then want, for example, Celine to do is to say, oh, hey, Jonathan, Esther's running this really great event. I think it would be really useful to you because of A, B, and C. You can read more about it here. So you're almost getting your connections to branch out to their connections for you, but in a nice kind of non-sleazy, non-salesy kind of way. And if you've got that article where you've got these are the top 8 benefits for ring fencing this 90 minutes of your time, you've laid it out really clearly and really easily, so people will say, yes, that resonates with me and I want to book, or yes, that resonates with me but I'm not available, but I might want to sign up to your email list to come on to other events that you're going to be running. Does that help?
Yeah, that's really helpful. When I LinkedIn often asks, do you want to sync your contacts to your phone or whatever, and I've been quite paranoid about doing that for data privacy and protection. So I know I've got many more contacts that are probably first, and sometimes it will say that I'm a second connection, but actually I know they're a first, but it's probably because I haven't synced my contacts. What would you say about that?
I would definitely sync your contacts. On LinkedIn, people, it's a closed network, so you can't just randomly connect with people. You do actually have to know people and accept them. It's not like on Twitter or where you're going to pick up random people. So I would definitely do that. And I don't think there's anything to be worried about from that kind of perspective. You used to be able, I don't know whether you can still do it, you used to be able to download a spreadsheet of all of your LinkedIn contacts, so that then you could kind of maybe email out to them. The other thing I was going to ask you, whether you had an email list, because if Chopsticks has got an email list, then then you can email out to those people and make sure that you also invited them to your, and don't be afraid of doing multiple things, because people don't always read it, they don't always see it. So you think, I am really irritating the life out of everybody by keeping on about this, but because of the way that the algorithms work, they won't see every single post. And even if you send them emails, if you look at the analytics for MailChimp or whoever you're using, you probably only maybe 40% of people will actually open your email. So you've still got those 60% that you probably need to send a follow-up email to. And the 40% people, if they're busy, they think, oh yeah, that looks good, I'll book onto that, and then they don't. So you do need to send multiple emails. And if people think, oh, this is too much, too many emails, they just press unsubscribe, and that's fine. That's kind of cleaning your list, really, isn't it?
Yes. Okay. That's really helpful. Thank you.
No, that's fine. Let me just stop recording.